In America, Thanksgiving is a time to celebrate family, to express thankfulness for all the ways God has blessed us. Oh, I'm just playing with you. It's about the same thing every other holiday is. Buying and selling. You know, the thing is, everything, no matter how pure it once was, or how pure it came to be at some point, gets corrupted, so then you have a choice. Do I just throw this thing out, or is it salvageable? My cynical side believes that all of the big ones in America have turned into celebrations of America's latent religion, consumerism. Buy candy, buy stuff, buy, eat, stuff yourselves. But can I still get behind the original ideas behind some of these holidays? Is there something still salvageable about a holiday that is meant to tell me to be thankful for what I have? Today on American Indian, we take American Thanksgiving international, share some of our favorite dishes and games with Indians, Aussies, Canadians, and Kiwis, and my Scrooge side asks the question, is there any point to all of this humbug? Thanksgiving deli style today on American Indian. We're an American family living in India. We love food, film, language, culture, and making new friends. Join our adventures from America to India and beyond. So what does Thanksgiving mean to you, Melissa, to our Indian audience who doesn't know about Thanksgiving, or who knows about it only because of Black Friday deals?
There you go. Thanksgiving is about being with friends and family, and hanging out and having a good time and eating a good meal together. And being thankful for what we have.
We celebrated our friend Trisha's tiny upper story flat in Hawescaw's Enclave. It is quaint and tiny, but it has an awesome veranda on the roof that provides ample space for gatherings. We got the celebration started with a game, Loaded Questions, which has you psychoanalyzing strangers and friends alike trying to determine what types of answers they would give to certain questions. It can be pretty fun, especially when I win. Owning this right here. Owning it. One turn.
And having fun doing it, might I add.
Yes, having fun. All right, what is the saddest movie you have ever seen? No flippancy. This is for research purposes.
First one is Forrest Gump. The second one is UP. Oh, sorry, Up. What would you like your famous last words to be?
Say what yours was. That was the best one.
I left $1 million in the...
Have I mentioned how awesome Delhi is and that you can walk right out of your door and see ancient monuments? Probably at least once a month. And now, for those of you unfamiliar with America, there is only one way for at least 70% of the population of our country to celebrate a cold weather holiday with football. Not the Liverpool and Manchester United kind that everyone else in the world is obsessed with, but the kind that kind of looks like rugby. The kind in which 90% of the game is spent planning plays and watching the clock run down. Doesn't sound exciting, but it really is. As I've mentioned in the Comic-Con video, I've had a dream since I was a child to be a halfback or a punt returner. My grandfather on my dad's side was a kick returner and halfback for Tulane back in the day, and he had a record-setting kick return. Anyways, back in Hawescaw, a showdown of epic proportions was happening. Sherry got her first interception. Satya performed her first rush. I pulled my back. After our football experience, I learned Canadians also celebrate Thanksgiving, and from what we can tell, they may have celebrated it first. They celebrated in October, and it goes back to 1578. It's older than American Thanksgiving. Yep, and I thought some funny-hatted Puritans and some Native Americans started it. Learn something new every day. After I'd been sufficiently enlightened, it was time for food. The quintessential Thanksgiving dish in America is turkey, but we didn't have any. So we settled for chicken, stuffing, which is a bready, salty dish with stuff in it. We had green bean casserole, chili, macaroni and cheese, sweet potato casserole, tasty bread, and bunches of other stuff. And then, of course, there are the desserts. One of the most famous of which is pumpkin pie. Well, tell us, what are your expectations for this pumpkin pie? Your first pumpkin pie.
Well, I'm not that excited because I like pumpkin, but it's a savory, and it's having for a dessert, a savory for a dessert doesn't excite me at all. Well, I am excited about trying something new, and I know a lot of Americans rate pumpkin pie, so for all you Americans out there, I'm going to give it a crack for you.
You're going to eat those words, my friend.
Yeah, wow. I hope I do, as well as the pumpkin pie. Here we go with my first taste of pumpkin pie. Just through the consistency, I can see there's a crust underneath and a softer layer on top. That is good. That is good. I will eat pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie, and Americans, you are my friends. Thank you.
And then we introduce Luke to the consumer holiday that follows Thanksgiving, the now infamous Black Friday. What do you think about Black Friday sales?
What is that? What does it have to do with black? Why is it Black Friday? That sounds racist.
Retail is traditionally operated at a financial loss in the red from January through November, and Black Friday indicates the point at which retailers began to turn a profit or in the black. It is an economics turn. Although it doesn't vindicate its gross idolatry of consumerism, or as David Simon would put it, capitalism as Olympian god. So all in all, we had a good Thanksgiving celebration, and I was really glad I was a part of it. The next Saturday, we had another art class with Satya.
We're going to be doing round monsters. You're trying to make more pictures than the other person can, and you're trying to make it in a time limit. You have 15 minutes to make as many pictures of round monsters and a background. Well, I'll be grading all your pictures.
And then that's
what is he?
I don't know. And then that thing right there, he's growing out of the cave. Yeah.
Tie game now.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on last week.
What you doing? Mel and I watched perhaps India's first zombie romantic comedy, Go Goa Gone. A couple hilarious lines in this film.
इंडिया में भूत प्रेत होते हैं, zombies कहाँ से आ गए? Globalization.
Much to my Scrooge's chagrin, it was time to decorate for Christmas. I think I can set my Scrooge to rest this year because in spite of holidays' faults, I agree with the sentiment. It's a time to come together. It's a time to focus on what's really important. The people who matter and the story we're a part of together. I just think that holidays should be a time to cross boundaries, not create them. And I feel like the way Christmas has been handled in America has often been a time to put lines in the sand. Who's on this side and who's on that side. It just feels wrong. So I'm thankful that last Thanksgiving we had some boundaries crossed, that I learned some new things about my neighbors to the north in Canada, and some new friends from across the world got to experience a food that, even to my Scrooge side, is one that I really enjoy, and it was fun seeing him enjoy it too. So I'm thankful for our most recent Thanksgiving, and I'm thankful that I got to celebrate it in India. By the time I post this video, it will be time to get ready for the Indian Festival of Colors, Holi, which I've already done another video on. I'll link it at the end. So happy Holi to all you Indian viewers, wherever you may be. Next week on American Indian, Satya, Mel, and I take a Sunday out near our neighborhood in and around one of my favorite parks in Delhi. All that and more next week on American Indian.